Okay, so I'm just going to continue on. I was doing ctype.h. Now I'm going to add some string.h stuff. So I got to add the library first. Pound include string.h. So the functions I'm going to include for string.h, I'm going to describe some functions: string length and string cat and string compare and string copy. So I'm going to start with those string member functions in this video, and I may add some more string member functions in the next video. So I have this character. I'm not going to deal with single characters right now. I'm just going to deal with character arrays. So I will add as I go. And I'm not going to, actually I can demonstrate a few things. Okay, so I'm going to get a word. So I'm going to declare a variable here, and the first string member function I'm going to demonstrate is the word, the string member function string length, strlen. So string length takes a character array, which is a string, and as its argument, and it returns the length of the word, or in other words, it returns the first location of the null character. So what does that mean? It means that if you have a character array and you put in the word hello, Hello, the H would be at word at index 0, the O would be at word at index 4, and then the null character would be at word at index 5, so you can tell that the word hello has 5 letters in it. So I'm going to, I don't have a pad here to write it, otherwise I would write it down for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print the length of the word. Okay, what this is I'm just going to get the word from the user, and I'm going to print the length of the word. And I'm getting the length of the word by putting in the string length function. And then I'm going to test if the first, I'm not using toUpper right now, I'm just going to test if the first letter of the word is uppercase using the isUpper function. So I'm going to get a word as soon as it compiles and enter a word, Hello. So that should return a 5. The word is hello, the length of the word is 5, and the first letter is lowercase. So what this is telling me is that I entered a word, the length of the word is 5 characters long, and the first letter of the word is a lowercase letter, and that's what I entered. So I can try it with a different word. I can put in the word yes, so it should tell me now that the length of the word is 3, and the first letter of the word is uppercase. And that's what it does. So that's working. So this is testing the first word. If I wanted to test the first letter of the word, if I wanted to test all the letters of the word, I could now do that. Or if I wanted to change all of the letters of the word to upper or to lowercase, I could now do that because I have the length. So I could declare an integer I here, and instead of, I could make a loop here that goes for I equals 0, I less than, which is the length of the word, I plus plus, oops. So what I could do is I can go through my word character by character and test if each letter is upper or lowercase. So let's try that. So I'm using isUpper, but I could do it with isLower. I would just have to change my condition. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to go letter by letter and determine whether or not the letters in the word are uppercase or lowercase. So how I would do that is I need to change this to a I, and I need to say the %D, which is saying what letter I'm on, is uppercase. And it's going to be, if it starts at 0, it's not really going to be the 0th letter. It's going to be the I plus 1 letter. So the I plus 1 letter is the first letter. So if I'm testing word at index 0, then this would be the 0th letter. So it's going to print the 0 plus 1, so it's the 1 letter, the letter or letter number 1. So I guess I should change this to say letter number. You know what? Let's just keep it at the index. Letter at index %D. So I changed my mind and I'm just going to change it to here. Letter at index %D is uppercase. So now we're going to also do this for the lowercase. Letter at index %D is lowercase. So I just wanted to demonstrate that you could use this is upper or the is lower function to test all of the letters of a word. And whenever I make changes, I have to recompile. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so now enter a word. I'm going to put capital H, lowercase L, L. Oh. So it should say letter at index 0 is uppercase, index 1 is lowercase, index 2 is uppercase, and 3 is lower, and 4 is lower. So let's see what happens. The letter at index 0 is upper. It's upper, lower, upper, lower, lower. Okay, so that was a demonstration with a combination of is upper and a string member function. So I'm going to now comment this out so I can leave it in the code for you, but I'm not going to work with it anymore because now I'm going to work with some other string member functions. And also, if you wanted to change your word to upper or to lower, you could use this same loop, only instead of testing each letter, you could change each letter. So that is also something that's very valuable to know how to do. If you got a word and you wanted to change the case of the word all to one case, you could use the functions to upper or to lower. But I'm not going to demonstrate that in the video, but using this as a guide and this loop as a guide without a condition, you could just have one statement in here to change the case of your word to all one case. All right, the next string member function I'm going to demonstrate is StringCopy. So I'm going to declare another character array and make it size 20. Okay, so now I have two character arrays, and so if I want to make a copy of my character array, all I would do is use strcpy, and I have the destination, which is word 2, and I have the source, which is word, and so this is going to take the word that is in this location and copy it into here. So I'm going to then print it to make sure that it worked. And this is just like going word 2 equals word 1, only that's not allowed in C. All right, so let's see if that worked. Now I'm going to copy the word and make a copy of word 1, and I should have two words that are the same. So the word is hello, the length of the word is 5, and the word is hello. So that worked, and when I like to put messages, I like to say word 2. All right, another way to use string copy is with a literal. So I can make a third array here, and another character array here. So I could use string copy, and instead of string copying one word into another word, I can string copy a literal string into my character array. So I'm going to make word 3 to be the word cake. Like we did in class, we're going to make the word cupcake. All right, so now I want to print it onto the screen. So now word 3 should be cake, and word 2 should just be a copy of whatever word 1 was. So let's try this. Enter a word, cup. So the word is cup, the length of the word is 3. Word 2 is cup, and word 3 is cake, because I've gone ahead here and basically what I did was make an assignment. Word 3 equals cake. However, that is not allowed in C. So in order to make an assignment, you must use a string member function. All right, so now I'll demonstrate how to use string cat. We will do string compare in the next video, strcpy, because otherwise the video gets too long. So I'll just do one more function, which is string cat. So what string cat does, string cat, I'm going to concatenate word 3 onto the end of word 2. So it's just like going word 2 equals word 2 plus word 3. So when I do that, I just I'm going to string cat, strcat, onto word 2, which is cup, word 3, and then I'm going to print word 2, the new word 2, onto the screen. So let's see what happens. All right, so I'm going to enter word cup, and then word 2 is going to make a copy of cup, and then word 3 is going to be cake, and the new word 2, oh, because if you notice I made a mistake, I'm printing word 3 instead of word 2. I wondered why that. Okay, so now word 2 should be cup with cake at the end. So let's try again. So I haven't changed. I enter the word cup. That's word 1. Then what happens is word 2 is going to make a copy of that. So word 2 will be cup. Then word 3 is going to be assigned the word cake. And then word 2 is going to then become cupcake. So that's what happened. So if you look at the code, you can follow what happened here. I entered the word cup. The word is cup. Then I copied the word cup onto word 2. So word 2 was cup. Then I assigned the word cake to word 3. So word 3 is cake. And then I concatenated onto word 2, word 3. So I took word 2, which was cup. I added cake to the end. And then I created a new word, which is cupcake. So I just wanted to show you one more thing that you can do. I'm just going to remove all of this other stuff here, just to show you. I'm going to comment out some stuff so we don't have to do so many things, but I will leave this code. So now I'm just entering a word and getting a word, and then I'm going to concatenate onto the end of the word cake. Actually, I'll do the word board. B-O-A-R-D. So what I'm doing here is I'm showing you how to use string cat with a literal value, a literal string. And so I'm going to get a word from the user. I get a word from the user, I get the length of the word, and then I'm going to concatenate the word board onto the end. So let's try that. So I enter a word, cup, and the length of the word is 3, and then I take the word that was entered, which was cup, and I add the word board onto the end. So I took word and a concatenated board onto the end, so the new word becomes cupboard. Okay, so this I have to change because this is word 1. Let's try it again. I can enter the word skate, and the length of the word is 5, and the new word is skateboard.